Are you working hard but still struggling financially? Are you in a relationship that's
Yeah,
more
check all
toxic
that.
than fulfilling? Are you an entrepreneur feeling ready to throw in the towel? If you're experiencing these or similar challenges, then tune in to Personal Development for the Soul. Hosted by Extraordinaire and the amazing Keith Fletcher, this show airs every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The host's passion
Get it
is
on there?
fueled by documented information and real-life experiences. They speak from the heart, offering guidance that resonates on a deeper level.
We invite you to listen to Personal Development for the Soul, sponsored by World Premiere. Word on the streets.
Hey, I'm sorry about the mic was off. Man, I gotta check that. We learning, man. We learning. But this show was brought to you by Word on the Street, sponsored by Personal Development of the Soul, every Mondays and Wednesday at 7 p.m. We come on YouTube and me and my boys join there, and we come talk about personal development for the soul. Every Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is brought to you by Word on the Street. We have a Word on the Streets page, Facebook page that you can come on and we help you again by growth, by growing, by getting better, building a community. So that's on. I got the links below. I mean, I got the links in there for the personal development for the soul on YouTube on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. You can also come on the show, man, and check us out. Check us out. Like, subscribe. While you with me, man, why don't you like and subscribe? I know I started out wrong, but I said, well, I wake up in the morning, gave my spiritual to the Most High at 4:45 this morning. During the week, I get up at 3:45. So the 4 pillars I work on: spiritual, physical, mental, and financial. In that order, got the spiritual. We worked out today, got the physical, man, got the workout. Because if you ain't got your body together, you can't enjoy none of this. So got my workout on. Did some legs today, training today. Now we're gonna do some mental and financial, man. So that's what we're about, man. Again, I appreciate you for being here. And if you're on the show, please hit the like button, please share, and you hit the notification button when you coming. Hit the like button while you're with us. So I'm new to this. I'm trying to do StreamYard and Facebook. I apologize from the beginning. See, can we edit that? But we are live. Anyway, man, the conversation is about what you can do, man. Your income, starting about income, you should have your income, you're working hard, and you should take that income and working hard and learn how to make your money work for you better. Learn how to make your money work for you, grow for you, work while you sleeping. Simple things, man. I think what we do as people, we try to make things so complicated, and it's really simple. But the first thing is our mind, man. I really believe a lot of this stuff is mental. A lot of this stuff is not knowing. When you don't know, you just don't know. And we can make it all that complicated and do it all this stuff, but it's levels. It's levels to this. And I think people we looking at the millionaires, we're looking at the money. We need this money because we used to surviving instead of thriving. And it take a while to get from surviving to thriving. And even if you get there, it start here. They got to start here before, first. And it's like I call it. I've been heard it's a decade of sacrifice, trying to get your mind right to get your money right. But like I say, spiritual, physical, mental, and financial. Financial stuff is just a tool, man, to learn, steps to find. But mental, breaking that behavior, that your environment, all these things that matter, breaking those and becoming your behavior, controlling your belief. If you can switch it around and let your belief control your behavior, because you believe in something, but you believe you can achieve something, do something, you will. You be accordingly, you will do it. But if your behavior, you've been told all these bad things since you've been a kid, how to do things, what to do. You've been around drugs, you've been around rob, you've been around people that's not trying to go nowhere. You've been around people just believing that, hey, I can't do anything. You've been around people that telling you negative stuff, your teachers, whoever, coaches, whoever was. You know what I'm saying? We got bad people in the world that giving bad advice, telling you these things, and not cheering you on, not mentoring you the right way. Those things can shape you as a child all the way up to your adult years. And then you'll be around the people, you'll be around people that don't have the best interest for themselves, so most definitely don't have the best interest for you. And that spirit could crawl into you that you don't over them years, and you believe that spirit over anything. That would guide your life. So that's what we're talking about. What I do on this show, man, I try to inform people simple things that I did, because I came from a little small town, Louisiana, school, fight, getting in trouble, my environment. Had a great mother. Man, like I said, let me slow down. I've been in the military, but one thing I learned by going in the military, being around people. When I grew up, man, I knew my great grandmother and my great grandfather. I knew my great uncles, all my great uncles. I knew my great aunties. I knew my grandmother, grandfather, my grandmother and grandfather. My great grandmother, great grandfather, I think they had 10 kids. I didn't know all of them, but my grandmother and grandfather, they had 10. Each one of them had 2 or 3 kids. So I knew all my cousins, aunties. I had a godmother, godfather, my dad. I had a stepmother. I had a lot of people around me, a lot of love, man. I'm telling you, for real, I can go eat at any house. I never went hungry. Go any house I wanted to. I had all that, man, growing up. And when I got out, in the real world, I started finding, you think everybody have that, but everybody don't have that. A lot of guidance, spiritual. My grandfather was a preacher, and my grandfather blind. By the way, I am blind, legally blind. I can't see. My daughter helped me out do things too. So I get help with that. I move things around and stuff, and she kick it and show me. But I am legally blind on here. So that's what I'm telling you. So when I get on here, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Again, if you let your belief control your behavior and believe it, it shall come true. But it starts here in the mind. And I know we fighting against a lot of things that we fighting against. We fight against our childhood. We fight against drug, alcoholism. We fight against things that happen in our life with our parents, or somebody else did something to you. You're fighting all those spirits and things that you've been put in your life that you kept trying to overcome. And so now when we get to financial, because it's a finance, we talking about finance, it's all messed up. We need something, drug. We're looking at football, we're looking at these things to heal us that way. And it just suppresses us just to get us over to the next day, just to go, so we work, the world, all this stuff is so confusing because you wasn't taught. So now you want to go in this world and, work and build a family and overcome, find out about this money, how to overcome money, how to come marriage, and what I want to do in life. All these things are like, because I know. Then they tell you to go to college. You don't know. Like I said, I was told to go to college. My mother went to college. Said, hey, go to college and get your degree. Didn't know what to get the degree in, but I did. I went there. I picked the right degree, computer information system. Matter of fact, I had a job working at intern. I didn't know at high school. They got to help me pay for to go to school. But the environment, my mind, my mental did not understand nothing. So I got my first wife pregnant and went to the military. And that went downhill because at that age, 19, 20, trying to raise a family was even more difficult. So the young people that's coming out in this world, same thing that's now, and they coming out in this world, and you tell them to go out there and do these things and say, hey, let's make it. You can make it. Just go get a job or go to school and you'll be okay. And get a house and a car and you'll be okay. Get credit card and you'll be okay. Get the money and just get your money and save. It don't tell you how much to save and what to do. But we see all these people on social media, millionaires driving all these nice cars, and we willing to do whatever it takes to get it. How you live, get it how you live. We ready to put our life on the line for what? And we don't really know how this stuff work anyway. So again, we hear all these gurus, and people might say, well, what give you the right to say it? I think everybody should come and tell a story and give the right story. I just think, like you say, people tell you a story about what they at now, but they don't tell you, they're bad. They won't tell you the gritty, the down, like dirty, how you got there. At 32, I was divorced. I lost everything. I was sleeping on my dad's sofa. Credit score was 400 or something. I had I'm talking about my net worth was probably negative $50,000, $60,000. I had tickets, no driver license. I had 2 kids also, and old IRS, all these things. Didn't know how I got there. Then on my dad's sofa, there's nothing. And all I needed to know how to do was 2 things: get a job, and then go get a second job. I didn't know how to grow money. I didn't know where to get it. I knew it to work. I tell my story over and over. That I think a lot of Americans are going through that. They just don't know. They won't. I think what we do, we're looking at other people's lanes. We're looking at the wrong people for advice and look at the wrong people how we get it. We're looking at our friends that don't have it, and we look at them, and then we'll come with them or something. They'll tell us, yeah, or nay, and we're, looking in the wrong lane. And relationships matter. The right relationships matter. Mentors matter. All those things matter. I learned over time. And when people trying to help me, I didn't even trust nobody to help. Again, the environment I came, we don't trust everybody. But we wanted something. So that's how I started doing this show, man. I started, and I'm trying to learn. I'm still learning. I'm learning everything about life, learning everything at 50 some years, 56 years old. And I got 5 kids, and I got a 19-year-old, and my other 2 kids are grown. Got a grandbaby, and my 19-year-old and 2 16-year-old twin girls and boys. So when I decided to learn, I taught my son sports, football, love football, New Orleans Saints. You see the hat? Full of leaf. That was it. Love football. And I came here thinking I can, teach my kids to be their father, be there for them, and looking for to make it through life, surviving. I was surviving instead of thriving. I thought because I never knew how thriving looked. I really didn't know. I look at somebody else that I'm looking, but I don't really know. They look good, but that don't mean you know. So in life, I became in construction. A good friend of mine set me up, and I started working. I was a warranty customer relation manager. I would go into people's houses when they purchase a home and do the warranty. I had to get the bill of relationship with them and know, and money, understanding. And I got to meet. I worked at a low grade. I'm not entry level. Which you got when you first buy your home. I can't think of the name, but first company I worked for, first time when you buy your home, I can't think of the name, but I'm sorry. But the company was paying me. I bought my house. A friend got me on the job, and that's how I got acquainted with construction and doing this job called warranty manager, customer relation manager. And I used to go to people's houses and see, now you start to meet them, understanding what truly is money, what people are truly just buying a house. Because you see a house and somebody with a nice car in the yard, don't mean their finances together. Don't mean they got it together. You see them with the jewelry and all that stuff and the clothes does not mean they have it together. And I remember when I first saw people coming from California and buying houses in Texas, now so didn't limit their mindset. I was like, man, how are they coming here buying all these houses? Man, they must be rich. And I remember the realtor told me, he said, no, man, they don't make them $30,000 a year. What? How are they buying these big old houses? Equity. What's that? You got equity in the other home. So what they do, they take the equity and come in and buy the money. Wow. That was big for me. How you doing? Hit the like button. You're coming in. I'm read your stuff in a minute and finishing. Thank you. I'm trying to see what name that is, but I can't see. I can't. How you doing? But anyway, equity. I didn't understand what equity was in the home and how they were doing. I'm like, and these was regular people that had 9 to 5 that's coming in. They weren't rich. $30,000 buying a house, big old house. I had a house. I got my house. I didn't even know. I thought somebody was going to take the key. Didn't know. Purchased my home. Had my brother help me tell me about stuff. But I'm in my 30s, late 30s. Didn't understand 401k. Didn't understand investing. Didn't have none of that in my eyes. I was just surviving, working a job. Then I started learning to read. I remember I first started getting my house. The people wanted to fix my credit. I got a book on how to fix my credit. I haven't read a book out of school. I'm 30-some years old. Haven't read a book. And I read that book and learned how to fix my credit. And I started fixing my credit. Me and my wife the first thing we had was big. My wife had a repo, a $20,000 repo. And I called them and told them I'd pay them $2,000. They take it off my credit. And they did it. Didn't know nothing, just reading the book and start reading and getting educated on that. And it opened it up for me. And I started fixing my credit and started grinding and listening. But my brother was a mentor. He was my younger brother. He always been about investing and doing things. He the one helped me through telling me about credit and all that and talking to me. And all I knew was to survive to buy things. All I knew, I wanted to have these things. I didn't understand what an asset and liability was. I didn't know. All I wanted was these because somebody else said you need to have these things. And I was just going in a circle. Get up, pay it out, and get back down. I never could understand, like now, I couldn't, man, having $10,000 in the bank, $5,000 in the bank in the savings. I I always say I'm a saving. I would get to probably 2, 3. That's saving. I remember I couldn't get a credit card, and then I started getting a credit card, and now you're using a credit card, and you got to buy now, it wasn't a buy now, pay later, but you get the cards and you buy stuff, put it on credit, all those things. I was using all those things, stretch the thing, and paying every month. And one day, I told my wife, I said, hey, we put up all our bills, and I said, look at the things that we don't have to pay. She said, what you mean? We got to pay everything. I said, no, let's look at what we don't have to pay. And she said, she looked at him and she said, we got to pay. I said, no, we don't have to pay that car note. We don't have to pay no credit cards. We don't have to pay. I just started going down the things that we don't have to pay, the subscription. Okay, we don't have to pay those things. We choose to pay those things. But what if we paid those things off and didn't have to pay and make payments? Then I put it on the side. We started doing a budget as well. Look how much money we have. This is how much we have saved. Then I met this guy. Like things work when you started doing them. Tell you, man, that's why I say the Most High start working. When you start seeing things, your eyes start opening. Say when the student's ready, the teacher will come. And I met this guy, and he helped me start a business with Brick, and we became friends, and he helped me start a business, and we started doing work. And I used to tell him about jobs. I said, hey man, what about this job? Look, you can do this job. He used to tell me, $7,000, that ain't no money. I said, what you mean that ain't no money? $5,000 ain't no money. $10,000 ain't no money. We gotta pay the people. This is it, So he started like, man, we got a job for $100,000, and he needed money right away. And he went to the little check cash for the gas station. He walked in the gas station, and he went in there, but the check was over $100,000. He come back in, he got a brown paper bag full of cash, and I'm like, man, what the hell? I need it. I know they hit him for 20%. I'm like, I used to work at a check cash place. I'm like, man, why? He said, I need the money. That ain't no money to me. But the crazy thing about it, we'll say that's crazy, but when he used to say that, he used to go, me and my wife started hanging with him and his wife and going out to eat. Again, I couldn't even say $5,000, but when I realized there was no money, that when everything changed for me. That when $10,000 could be saved. That when $20,000 I can save. That when I can see that in my bank account. Before I couldn't see it because in my mind I couldn't. That's a lot of money. It wasn't a lot of money because it couldn't do nothing for me. It couldn't change my life. I was gonna spend it anyway. Every time I got it, I was gonna spend it on something with no money. And my wife said that now, I ain't no money. We laugh about it, And I was telling my friend one time when I told him that he had money, he took out his 401k. I said, man, don't do that, man. That ain't no money to be taken. He said, man, that's some money. I said, that ain't no money. What you gonna do with it? And he messed it off and went did some stuff, illegal stuff, and lost all his money. But see, we didn't know nothing about investing the money. See, again, that's what environment. But I'm gonna bring in Wall Street Trap. I'm gonna try to bring him in, man. He did it talking about that. And see, we're not talking about money right now because we talk about the mental focus of what we're doing, mental health, the environment, all this stuff that matters. But he was talking to these guys. I'm gonna drop the link. Let me see, can I put it on? Let's do it for a second.
It's about you running your own race for you and your family. Can you just talk about the importance of?
I think it's hard for a lot of people because they don't even know what their race look like.
That's real.
They don't know what their race look like. They don't know what it looks like to be on your own time, right? Everything in their life has been looking at the person next to them. Everything in their life has been a comparison. Their life is a comparison. You feel what I'm saying? Like their measure of success is compared to what they see somebody else doing. The world, social media, entertainment has painted to us that success looks like this, right? So, and again, it's one of the things that I truly appreciate coming from what I come from because, like, you didn't care if this person had a brick. You didn't care because you just knew, yo, I'm at a 4.5 right now. I just got to keep on grinding. Right. And so for me, it should always be look at what you have because you never know what that person had to go through to get what they got. You don't know it. Right. It will look good on the front. It may not look good on the back. And so for me, it's so important that we figure out who we are first. What are our own goals? Yeah. Like my goal was never to make $1 million. Right. That wasn't my goal. My goal was how do I become free enough to where I don't gotta work this job because once I got out the street and got found out guilty, once I almost got killed the last time, I was like, yo, I'm tired of this. So I started really going in on work and being an iron worker. So I was an iron worker, I was a welder. One of the biggest jobs I did with the Falcon Stadium, built that from top to bottom. I used to build stadiums and power plants, but then I had a daughter. And so the goal was, I don't want to work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. I don't want to work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, because then I can't be a good dad. So what do I got to do to be free so I can be in her life as much as I want? That was my goal.
Yeah.
That was the goal. How do I invest enough? How do I learn this game enough to be in her life every day, all day? And then once I really saw what it was, okay, how do I build a business around so I could be in her life every day, all day? How do I take her out of that? That was my goal. The goal wasn't to be a millionaire. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was, how do I be free? How do I have enough freedom to where my daughter can't never say, my daddy provided, but he wasn't really there for me. I won't rob her of that. I wanted to rob her of that excuse. And so that was my goal. That was authentically my goal.
Right.
And it still is my goal. Now, me making, a few M's along the way was the byproduct of me staying authentic to myself, getting great at what I do, not letting you come to me and say, I'll say this, bro.
Man, a good conversation, man. Robert Trapper, I don't know if you know his story. A boy from Louisiana, New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? He came out of mom was on drugs, mama going to jail, people getting killed around him. And he went to street for jail for attempted murder and all that. Met this guy that knew about finance and told him he was playing the wrong game. You need to go check him out. Wall Street Trapper. He learned the game and investing. He was a hustler. And he said, man, you playing the wrong game. The guy told him, he went to jail. You're gonna go to jail for life. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm told $2 million, $2.8 million. I got to get $800,000 back, but I'm gonna keep $2 million, and I'm just doing 18 months, while you gonna do 10 to 20 years of life. And then you hear what he said. We just don't know the game. The environment. We haven't been taught the game. It ain't nothing that you do. You just haven't been taught the game. We don't know the game. We going through and we thinking that's the way. We think the people we around that know, they don't know. Then you just destroy generation after generation after generation. His mama didn't know. So that means his mom, the parent before him probably didn't know. And the one before, so he came and then now he get to the point didn't know. But somebody came that wasn't even part of his family, not even part of his tribe. Community said, hey man, you can do better. See, when the student ready, the teacher will come. You can do better. He didn't get it right away either. He didn't get out there and start making it right away. It took a while. But once he had gave that taste, once you know, you know. The have better, do better, be better. Be better, have better, do better. But once you know. And it's the information. It's the information. And then he just took that information. See, like I say, when people talk about money, money's bad. Well, money ain't bad. When you start making money, if you're a good person, it amplifies you to be a good person. If you're a bad person, you would do bad things with the money. He was even a good person, knowing he's not trying to help people, help his partners, helping people on the streets, help his loved ones. See, his situation made him a bad person. He was trying to survive. So we hear people doing things because they're trying to survive. They don't know. Again, I didn't know nothing. I knew was to get a job and get another job. That's what I knew. See, I didn't know how to make my money work for me or grow. I didn't know how to make what is making, how to leverage my money, leverage things, time. All I knew was trade time for money. And I realized that you can't last as long. Then you buying things, you know, I didn't know what assets was. And so didn't know. So now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what everybody else in my circle do. I'm gonna be around the people that do the same thing. Well, hey, everybody else drink and go spend money and kick it and go take a vacation, come back. You don't have no money, you gotta do it again. That would take it all up, come back, do it again. Didn't know. So that's why we do personal development for the soul on Mondays and Wednesdays. We talk about that mental side of you, the things that you can do, your character, the things that you can do to get better, your belief system, your foundation, that mindset. Letting your belief control your behavior. Not all your behavior, what you learn, what you're seeing, control your belief. That's that spiritual and that mental things. Because everything you need is inside of you. But you got to allow somebody to come. See, if he'd allowed that man to come and reach him and see, hey, it's a better way. Wasn't no superstar. Wasn't his parent. It was a man that he saw that was in the same situation, but he seen something different. He heard the information. He said, "Man, what is that? Let me look into that." We have all the information that we can, man, but it's on you to look into it and do it. God said, people talk about, oh God, I'm not praying to God, but God, hey, our work without faith is dead. If faith come by hearing, you got to hear somebody tell. When you hear it, and grab somebody had to tell me. All these things, the credit cards and the money is just a tool. Money is current. It's currency. It's a current. It's supposed to flow. It flow out, flow back to you. People tell me like, man, I'm gonna invest. See, it's just I'm talking about basic stuff. We're not gonna get into the weeds of stuff. Because first you just said what I told you, budget. When I looked at it, how are we gonna? Oh, we don't have to pay. That's a budget. You got to track your money. Before you do all that again, you done heard it. Oh man, I heard it before. You right. We done heard it before. You need to hear it again because obviously we're not listening. We behind. So that means it need to be played over and over and over again, saying again, because somebody, another tone, another color, another whatever need to be said again. Hey, faith come by hearing. And we need to say first the budget. First, you need to know the vision. See, I got a vision. Now, I got a vision where I want to go. Then I get a path. I got to find a path to get there. Then I got a plan. Then I got a strategy how to get there. It's the same thing over and over. Step 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10, but we don't want to do the steps. We want to shortcut do. We don't want to do 4, 5. I don't like 4 and 5. 4 and 5 is a little too hard for me. But it's all repetition. You're gonna fail and you learn and you get better and go do it again. I went to 4 and 5, didn't work. Let me go to 4 and 5, it didn't work. Oh, now I understand 4 now. Now I can get to 5 and now I go to 6, then you're gonna get that quicker. But somebody come in at 4 and say, hey, let me sit. Hey, I can help you get past 4. When the student's ready, the teacher will come. Are you ready? Focus. I work with my children right now to tell them that, and I'm looking at my kids, just my young black kids, and I'm talking to mine about money and understanding, but they looking somewhere else. They're in somebody else's lane. I'm saying, why are you looking in their lane? They don't have no answers for you. Again, when you ready, when you start speaking the right language, the teacher gonna come. But you got to know where you want to go first. He didn't know where he want to go. I'm gonna give you one more thing, then I'm gonna get out of here. Let me see. I like that. Let me see if I'm putting it in right. But he's saying this dude is talking about minds. He haven't talked about. He can get you and teach you how to do investing. We can tell you, hey, your investment, invest in yourself. Your first money you want to invest in yourself. Invest by reading books. What did I tell you? The first thing investment I did was I learned how to fix my credit by reading a book, which helped me get my credit straight to get me a house. That's what the first thing I did. Which when I did that, then I met somebody. I met a guy that when I'm getting my house, let me show you how things work at levels. When I did that and I was going to get my house, the guy that I met to get my house, that sold me the house, me and them became friends. Then I ain't never know nothing about no construction, working for no company. He the one put me on game and get on another relationship. See, relationships matter. He put me on game to get a better job, to put me in a whole nother atmosphere, a whole nother level, which I had to step my game up then. Now I had to say what I need to do with the money. How do I want to put this? Now, how can I help my children? But I see, I was so deep in the hole. I'm from 34 to now I got kids coming. I got 2 set of kids. Now I got to start off slow. But imagine, let me see how this investing world work. If you start early, see, people say, well, when to start? You really should have started 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But the next time is now. But you got to start. Our mental stuff, man, talking. I ain't said nothing about no credit cards, how I can get out the debt, how to do all this. It starts right here. It starts with your mental. Let's see, can I play this? Uh-oh. Okay. See that, boy? It's a whole thing. But it's dark.
And so you're never taught how to value yourself, your life, or life at all. coming up in certain circumstances. So when I look at people from the streets and I look at the news, while most people may be like, yo, this senseless killing, and it's not that it's not senseless, but in a way I'm empathetic toward it because I understand the rules that's governing what they got going on. And if we don't take the necessary steps to teach them, inject them, vaccinate them with something that shows them something completely different than what they know, they become immune to it, right? You become immune. You know how to cope with the trauma. Like I could hear gunshots and don't even move. You know what I'm saying? Well, somebody else might hear gunshots. They may duck, they may run. I'm going to look because I need to know what's going on, right? So certain things get installed in you, and if we don't know no different, then that's how we operate. So anyway, I learned that. He taught me that in order to be wealthy in this world, he told me that wealthy people just play a different game. And he actually told me that the game that he was playing was no different than any
game.
You
It
know
had higher upside though.
Yeah,
way higher upside.
Right? He was like, yo, you're doing 10 years. I'm doing 18 months. You've probably never seen $1 million in your life. And like he's showing me the paperwork. So this isn't his paperwork, so it's documented. Right. 800,000 restitution, and it didn't even make sense to me. Like you hit him for 2.8 million. Why are you only paying 800,000?
Yeah, so that means that he embezzled $2.8 million, but other $2.8 million, he only had to give back 800,000.
That was the restitution.
And he only had 18 months in prison.
Yep, and he kept $2 million. And what he told me about that was, it's crazy, I never said it before. In the way he was just telling me, like that was them saying, "You've done what we did, but you got caught." So he's a slap on the wrist. You've done what we're doing. Yeah, right. You just got jammed up. You know what I'm saying? Like. So that was like just an eye-opener for me. So again, I stayed in a cell with him for maybe like 45 days. And he just told me the 3 rules that you need to learn is that wealthy people stop trading time for money. Wealthy people learn how to make their money work for them. And wealthy people give value to people. I didn't learn I didn't really get the concept to the last part until I really got into like entrepreneurship, building out a company. But I had never even heard those terms before. Like make your money work for you. What the hell that mean? I sell crack, dog.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Make your money work for you. That's it right there. How do I make my money? How do I take my hard work income and make it work for me? That's it. How can I go ahead and make this? How can I build an empire? I can't build a working. I can't work that many hours a day. 2 full-time jobs. How can you work 2 full-time jobs and manage your home and be your dog? Like you said, he want to be home. I want to be home with my kids. I want to influence my children. Me working 2 full-time, 8 hours, that's 16 hours a day, is 24 hours in a day, 6, 7, 8 to 9, 20. Other 8 hours you sleeping. So now, how can I work? That's the trick. But I got to get in line to work that way. I got to get my budget. I got to get the money that I make and let it see what money I have. Sacrifice, live under my means. 10 years of sacrifice. A decade of sacrifice can change your life. But it starts here first. That's what we talk about personal development for the soul. On Mondays and Wednesdays, come check us out, man. I don't do it by myself. We do some correct commercial. We do our news, we do reporting, we do our Black History thing. I mean, we do motivation. So, hey, also on Word on Street, we got a Word on Street as a page on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. I'm sorry, on Facebook, man. You come, remember, click in, and also we'll get like the show notes. Also, we got a newsletter also on there. So check us out, man. Check us out. I can't take full credit. I'm learning the stream, y'all. I'm trying to get better with this, but I hope I'm doing this right. But I started off wrong, but we're gonna get better. But if you're with me, man, can you hit the like button, please? Can you hit the like button, share this, support me, man? I'm trying to do my little part and just help. We need more of us doing this. More people telling this story. More people fighting to get better, man. It's all about growing. When you growing, man, I tell my kids out there, who got more to lose? But you got to know where you're going first. You got to know how to play this game of life. We've been playing it with blinders on. We've been playing it with no rule books. We didn't know the book. We didn't know what we can do with the invest, but we learning. And now you got to learn yourself. You got to learn your risk tolerance. You got to understand it ain't no gambling. See, we want to take our money and go gamble. There's no gamble. Strategies, man, understanding. Is this the way to win in life? This is how you leave your children some assets. Getting insurance. Getting health insurance. Getting life insurance, man. Getting your 401k. You got index fund, ETFs. mutual funds. You got all these things. They got assets, real estate. But focus on these things. You're gonna have to focus on these things. Again, you got 24 hours. If you got a job, you do 8 to 10. Let's just say you do 12. You got 12 more to get it in. Focus, game. And then start getting that. You get it. Then go start getting to your spouse and getting to your kids. Get them back in line. Get in alignment. And then start giving up. Bringing value. I'm telling you, the best thing I learned about all this, 2 things, my mindset and giving value. Giving back. Not expecting somebody to get. It's all about what can I bring to, what value can I bring to someone. And I promise you do it that way, it'll work that way, man. I just want to drop that in real quick. I know I went long. I'm sorry about that. But that's what I'm trying to get better on this, man. StreamYard. I apologize for the beginning of it. I didn't have my mic on. I need to start asking. I'm learning. But check us out, man. On Mondays, we come back Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Me and Extraordinaire. We're going to be talking personal development of the soul. The link is, you can click on the link. Also, click on my link, my bio. I got some books in there that I read also that you want to, man. Check us out. You should see my story, also who I am. Again, that personal development for the soul. Also, again, we got on YouTube, we got a page that you can come on and get in. You click in, I want to be in, you get in, and we just trying to grow. We're trying to build a better community, build a tribe, man. You know, a lot of people that helped me through mine, but they helped me because I received it. And one thing I tell people, I don't have to trust. I don't trust no man. I trust the Most High, and I trust him that He's gonna send the right people in my life and guide me the right way. Because when I was blind, like I said, I'm blind, and I couldn't see anything when I did have good eyes. He told me that. I had stage 4 cancer, survived that. I had a Whipple surgery. Only 9% of the people live. He brought me through all that. I had no control over that. So what you worrying about it for? Go do your part. Go focus on how can you grow, how can you get better. Stop looking at everybody else like they don't know. They don't know. Look in your own lane. Your blessing is your blessing. Their blessing is their blessing. Go figure out yours. Amen. I appreciate y'all listening to me, man. Again, hit the like button, subscribe, share this. You know how we do on YouTube, Facebook, how you do it. I appreciate you. I apologize for messing up anything, but also you seen the commercial. I'm trying to get better, man. I'm trying to grow. My daughter helping me, man. So thank y'all for listening, man. Let's shut this down.